Welcome back, Warner fam. Today I'll recap a horror suspense film, Time Cut, so keep your eyes wide open and stay safe because you won't want to miss this one. The movie starts on April 18th, 2003 when we meet Summer Field, a high school senior who's supposed to be looking forward to her senior class celebration, the Spring Fling. But instead of excitement, Summer's life is filled with fear and sadness because of a terrible tragedy. Her best friends, Emmy, Brian, and Val, were brutally murdered by a serial killer called the Sweetly Slasher. Everyone in town is on edge, and the once fun party meant to celebrate their final year is now filled with dread. The fun and excitement are gone, replaced by the dark shadow of fear hanging over everyone. Summer just wants to feel normal again, but with the killer still on the loose, nothing feels safe. Will she make it through the night, or will the killer strike again? You'll have to keep watching to find out. As Summer tries to stay strong, she pushes away her lifelong friend Quinn, who tries to give her a mysterious envelope. Later, her ex-boyfriend Ethan asks her to dance, but Summer is too lost in her own sadness to say yes. She turns him down, still feeling the weight of everything she's going through. The tension in the air is thick. Summer heads to the bathroom trying to get away from the chaos, but soon the police announce the party is being shut down. As everyone rushes out, Summer is left all alone, unaware that danger is waiting. Suddenly, a masked figure jumps out at her with a knife. In a frantic attempt to escape, she runs toward the barn, but the slasher is too fast and catches up to her, ending her life in the blink of an eye. Flash forward to 2024, and we meet Lucy Field, Summer's younger sister, now a high school student. The memory of Summer's death still haunts the town, even after 2 decades. The downtown area, once full of life, is now run down, with abandoned buildings and empty streets. Lucy feels like she doesn't matter, like no one really sees her. Her parents are still stuck in the pain of losing Summer, unable to move forward. The weight of their grief hangs over their home, making everything feel heavy and distant. The town has built a small shrine in front of the barn where Summer was killed, and Lucy, feeling uneasy, joins her parents to pay her respects. As she stands near the barn, something catches her eye, a flash of light coming from a nearby hay barn. Curious, she walks over to check it out and finds a strange machine. Before she can even understand what's happening, Lucy accidentally activates the time machine and is flung back in time to 2003, just 2 days before Summer's murder. Confused and unsure of what's happening, Lucy looks around and realizes she's in a world that feels completely different from the one she knows. Sweetly, the town's old landmark, is still standing tall, and the high school is full of life, buzzing with students and activity. Lucy feels completely out of place, like a fish out of water. In a panic, she runs to her science teacher, Mr. Fleming, hoping he can make sense of this strange situation. But things take an even weirder turn when Quinn, now a student at the school, overhears Lucy talking about time travel. Quinn, looking worried and cautious, pulls her aside and warns her that messing with the past is way too dangerous. Things quickly take a different turn when Quinn becomes the target of the senior prank. Desperate to stop things from getting worse, Lucy steps in to save Quinn and even ends up sweeping Ethan off his feet while doing so. At first, Quinn is upset and doesn't understand why Lucy is getting involved, but he starts to warm up to her when she admits she accidentally traveled back in time. With Quinn's help, Lucy starts to figure out that the only way to stop the murders from happening is to find the Sweetly Slasher and stop him before it's too late. She asks Quinn to help her refuel the time machine, but it quickly becomes clear that their plan is not going to be easy. There are many dangers ahead, and they have to move fast if they want to change the future. Lucy spends time with Summer's family, hoping to understand her sister better. When she visits Summer's house, she's shocked to see how different it is from what she remembers. The house is messy, and her parents seem much more relaxed than before. Summer and their mom are happily cooking together, laughing and enjoying the moment. Lucy is surprised by how much everything has changed in this timeline, and it makes her feel even more out of place. As Lucy and Quinn continue their mission to change the past, things take a darker turn when the Sweetly Slasher strikes again. Val and Brian are murdered, just like before, but when Lucy tries to stop it, she accidentally causes an unexpected death, a security guard who wasn't part of the original tragedy. This mistake sends a shockwave through time, and Lucy begins to realize that every small action she makes could change the future in ways she can't predict. The pressure builds, and she wonders if she can still fix everything before it's too late. The clock is ticking as Summer and Lucy team up to stop the murders. In a shocking moment, Summer learns the truth about Lucy's time-traveling mission. Together, they come up with a plan to save Emmy from becoming the next victim of the slasher. But as Lucy spends more time learning about her sister's past, she discovers something even more surprising. Quinn has secretly been in love with Summer all along. The letter he tried to give her years ago was actually a confession of his feelings. This new truth adds even more confusion and pressure to their already dangerous mission. Lucy and Quinn even go so far as to steal fuel for the time machine, knowing they have to hurry before time runs out. With the clock ticking down, it's clear that they don't have much time left. Meanwhile, Summer attends the spring fling dance, where she finally confesses her love for Emmy in front of everyone. But just as she's about to enjoy the moment, the slasher attacks, turning what should have been a happy night into a nightmare. In a dramatic confrontation, Lucy and Quinn finally manage to save Summer's life, but just when they think they've won, they discover that the slasher is not who they expected. The person behind the mask is someone much closer to them than they ever imagined, shocking everyone and turning everything upside down. It turns out that the slasher is actually a future version of Quinn. In his own timeline, Quinn was driven insane by rejection and bullying, and he couldn't take it anymore. Filled with anger, this future Quinn traveled back in time to get revenge on Summer and her friends. In the process, he accidentally created Lucy, as the hole left by Summer's death in the past led to Lucy being born. This shocking twist forces Lucy to face a choice she never imagined, one that could change everything forever. In a final desperate act, Lucy manages to transport herself and future Quinn back to 2024. There, with no other choice, she has to electrocute and stab the slasher, ending his reign of terror for good. It's a painful decision, but Lucy knows it's the only way to stop the madness and finally bring peace to her world. But soon, Lucy discovers something heartbreaking. In this new timeline where Summer and Quinn survived and the town healed, Lucy no longer exists. Her parents never had her, and the future she thought she'd build is gone. Everything she fought for feels like it was erased, and she has to come to terms with the fact that her place in this world is now lost. In an emotional decision, Lucy chooses to return to 2003, wanting to live in the past with her sister and Quinn. She takes a new internship at NASA, the same one she was supposed to get in the original timeline, but this time she's ready for it with a fresh and hopeful outlook on life. Lucy is determined to make the most of her new chance, living with the people she loves and fully embracing the future that's now ahead of her. As the movie comes to an end, we hear Lucy's personal statement for her internship. She talks about how she's learned to appreciate life and the people in it more than ever before. It's a bittersweet ending, but one that shows how sometimes, when you try to fix the past, you can find a better future. Lucy's journey teaches her that even when things seem lost, there's always a chance to start fresh and make things right. So, which awesome movie should we recap next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below and let's make it happen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on our fun recaps. We've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Produced by Warner Talks.